This is a touchy subject right here, so we'll watch a little bit of this, courtesy of NBC News.
We're following breaking news out of Texas and the murder trial of a Texas teen. 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder in the death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf. Metcalf was fatally stabbed at a high school track meet, as you may recall, last year. NBC's Ryan Chandler is outside the courthouse in McKinney, Texas. We're also joined by NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris. Ryan, I'll go to you. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours. Walk us through this verdict. What was the reaction inside? And
all right, so this is a touchy subject for everybody. Obviously, RIP to the guy that got killed. You know, they're high schoolers. You know, they have so much different point of views on the case and everything, and not everybody really knows the facts. It's just that people are easily triggered, rightfully so. Because you got situations where George Zimmerman, the other guy, the Asian guy who killed the black teen because he thought he was stealing, these guys get off scotch-free. Meanwhile, you're sentencing a child to 30 years. Or is it 35 years? Which he is eligible for parole 17.5 years after that. But you're sentencing a kid for 30 years, but then you got guys like George Zimmerman and the other child guy walking free from killing an innocent teen. And there are many other situations where innocent black teens were killed and the guys got off. And people don't want to admit, but there is a serious racial divide in America. And we get shamed when we try to play the race card as minorities, you know? So it's a bad situation. I'm very sad that the other kid got killed, you know, as well. He was a kid. And this is another thing. Parents, teach your kids to stop being bullies. Because even though the parents got justice, their son is still dead. Their son is still dead. So teach your kids to stop bullying. I got bullied. I was a bully at some point. Then I realized I'm not about that life because the kid stood up to me and was like, what? And I was like, man, you know, when you want to fight for something, I'll fight if I believe in something. But, you know, usually when you're a bully, you don't really stand for anything. You're just being a punk. You know, like, had somebody ask me to fight for something I believe in, yeah, let's knuckle up. But when you're a bully, you're just being a punk. You don't believe in anything. And a lot of times, the person who stands up to you, he might shoot you. He might stab you, you know. Even back in my day, shit could have got way left, you know. So it's like, teach your kids to stop bullying. Teach your kids to stop bullying because it goes on a lot in school. It happens a lot. If it happened a lot back in my day, it's going to happen in this day. And now it's magnified times 1,000 because, you know, I'm 42. We didn't have Instagram when I was in high school. Even in college, we just started getting Facebook. So, what is up with this light, boy? You got my pearly whites looking. My teeth is not that yellow, y'all. There we go. So, people just need to stop bullying because bullies get bullied and bullies might get something done to them. Now, I'm not justifying the guy who got killed, you know, what's his name? Metcalf? Austin Metcalf. We don't want to see a kid get killed. I would have rather him get jumped or something and then just live to see another day. But it's just an unfortunate situation all around. And yes, it is triggering a lot of situations because I still can't get over the George Zimmerman situation. He literally was stalking and hunting the kid down and shot him. He already had his mind made up. So it's like, it's just not, even the child situation, even if the kid was stealing, what did he steal? To lose his life. Meanwhile, you're holding Karmelo Anthony accountable. So I'm not against, I'm not against holding people accountable. I'm just against the hypocrisy. And that's why I say race is involved. Let's take it a step higher. Look at all the stuff Trump has done throughout the years. If Obama even did a micro hair millisecond of that stuff, he would be under the prison cell. Under it. Why? It has to be racial. And that's another thing. They tell black people, don't play the race card, don't play the race card, don't victimize yourself. But then when other races do it, you got a billionaire Elon Musk saying white people are under attack. You have a lot of Jewish people, which, yes, there is a lot of anti-Semitism. They're talking about what goes on in their community with their hate. We're the only race, and I'm African, but I still consider myself black a lot. That's a whole nother topic, where we're not allowed to call out the unfair treatment that we get. We're the only one. They always tell us shut up and don't play the race card. Meanwhile, every other ethnicity and nationality, they play the victim and they actually get respected. But it's a slippery slope. It's messed up. I'm not justifying murder, right? All I'm saying is everybody should be held accountable fairly in a perfect world. But we all know that's not how it goes, especially in Texas. It took them 3 hours to deliberate, especially in Texas. What you expect, you know? So, you know, it's a sad situation. I'm going to play a couple more clips and then, you know, I'm going to hop off here and watch the game.
Inside the courtroom.
Well, I'll tell you, as soon as news of the guilty verdict reached the crowd that has been growing here since Thursday, tensions boiled over. We heard visceral tears and angry confrontations break out in this crowd. The police presence seeming to triple here as they try to keep the peace. Since Thursday, there have been supporters of both the Metcalf and the Anthony families here. Now the Anthony family is...
Man, I forgot to...
The teenager who fatally stabbed a fellow student during a high school track meet in Texas was sentenced tonight to 35 years in prison. It came just hours after a jury found 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony guilty. The case inflamed racial
35 years.
and gained national attention as people gathered outside the courthouse, prompting a heavy police presence. Austin Metcalf from a rival high school was killed in April of last year near Dallas. Anthony's attorneys argued the stabbing was self-defense.
Man. Oh, look at this one.
Less than 24 hours after being sentenced for the murder of Austin Metcalf, Karmelo Anthony has been moved out of Collin County and into the state's prison system. This is the picture just sent to us within the last half hour from the TVCJ.
Damn, he looked scary.
He's being held in the Wallace PAC unit near Navasota, a little more than 70 miles northwest of Houston.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So, you know, if we're going to hold people accountable, let's just hold everybody accountable. That would be my wish in the perfect world. Make sure everybody treats everybody with respect. You know, RIP to Austin Metcalf, and I feel very bad for Karmelo Anthony. His life is ruined too. So it's just a bad, unfortunate situation all around. So yeah, there's that. Thank y'all for watching. Scroller fam, please like and subscribe, help my channel grow. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.